Well, hi, everybody. We are fortunate today to have with us a good friend of mine and colleague at Capella University, Dr. Howard Moskowitz. He's an assistant professor there in the School of Public Service and Education and has been very engaged in what's going on with AI. He's going to assist us in a conversation as we go through our podcasts. Welcome, Dr. Moskowitz.
Good morning, Dr. Wald.
And let's get going. In our first part of the course, we talk about basics. So I'd like to focus questions on that as we start off. Can you explain what artificial intelligence is and how it differs from machine learning and deep learning?
Basically, artificial intelligence is a computer software program that is built on top of machine learning, deep learning, large language models. It's basically all kinds of information, all kinds of references, and we're able to use it to help solve and answer questions, problems, build things.
Is this some type of layer then? Can we have a picture of layers as we're looking at how AI develops?
You can think of it as a building block. It's been around for decades, so it's not new. In the beginning, they used to talk about AI being a robot or a robotic individual thing that would control the world. Today, it is more of just a computer software program that we are able to work with. It is able to provide us with resources. It's built on a large language model, which is lots and lots of data, information, knowledge, resources, the wealth of what's in our world today. AI allows us to ask questions, to pose problems, to solve things, and it's able to do it very quickly.
You mentioned it goes back a while. Can you think of something in your earlier years that might have been AI or in my earlier years?
Oh, of course, 2001, the movie, where Hal took over the spaceship. That was the beginning of the early days of what to expect from AI. AI would take over a person, a thing, and able to do so much more than we as humans could do.
No, that goes back, and that's almost 25 years ago. Yeah.
If you really want to date it, we can go back to the 50s,
Yeah.
to the beginning days of science fiction, to Sputnik, to the early days of scientific inventions.
Let's get on to some key components. What are some key components and technologies that make up modern AI systems?
I think the most important are two very important pieces of equipment that's available today, 2024. One is cloud computing, where you have multitudes of hardware that's configured in the cloud, meaning it's out there. It's large places where large amounts of data is able to be stored and allowing us to have access to it. Google has their own cloud. Amazon has a cloud. IBM has a cloud. Microsoft has a cloud. And Apple is adding a cloud. And a cloud just signifies large resources to store information and data. The second most important thing that is relatively new is one of the fastest chips that's running inside of a computer today. The NVIDIA chip has changed the way we use computers. NVIDIA is a company that made a graphical chip for gamers to display pictures, for things to happen. They created the fastest chip in the world that allows calculations, computations to happen in a split second. And this happened over the past 2 years.
So I would expect that over time, those chips are going to get more advanced, more involved, and who knows
Exactly.
what chips can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this company, who was basically a graphic chip developer for gamers, has become mainstream. So every single major computer company, every single artificial intelligence program relies on the speed of calculations and computations and the ability to handle all of this information, which, 40 years ago, we didn't have it.
That growth is amazing. Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
perpendicular.
Say, let's move on to using AI. And we hear a lot these days about hallucinations. Now, what are hallucinations? And you can tell us a little bit about what's going on there and what to look for.
When you're using AI to solve a problem, you're using AI to find you information, you're asking questions. A hallucination is when it comes back and doesn't give you a true answer. It hallucinates, it makes something up, or it creates something, and then in some cases, the older versions would argue with you, saying, oh, yes, that's true. It would tell you that this is the fact. We're seeing better iterations of AI, we're seeing better responses, less hallucinations, but it still happens. And I think it becomes our obligation, whoever it is that's using AI, to make sure and verify and check and make sure that what's being presented is true, is factual, fits the criteria, and is what you're looking for.
Is there a way to do a check on this information that we receive?
Of course, the many of the current versions of AI 4.0 and higher are providing references, citations, and resources to clearly demonstrate where the information comes from. So you can always go back and check those references, make sure that they are real, and you can check it. Other ways would be using other documentation that you may have. So we as educators read articles, references, journals. We have the information readily available to us. We're able to use the library. We're able to do the searches. And if something doesn't look right, then it may not be right. And we should validate the results ourselves and make sure that what it's telling us matches what we're looking for and matches the information provided.
What are some of the practical applications that individuals and businesses are currently using?
Each day, it just becomes so much more useful for us. You can take a 100-page report and put it into a chat GPT, a chat bot, and it will give you a whatever you want. You want a 10-page summary, you want a 1-page executive summary, you want a 5-minute presentation of what's in that report. It will do it for you, and you can walk into your meeting and be fully briefed about what's in that document. Likewise, you can input data, large amounts of data, spreadsheets of data, and have it do the quantitative analysis for you. It can come back and provide you with descriptive statistics. It can provide you with, it can do statistical testing for you with large amounts of data.